Hey guys, it's Jake here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about some camping rules and reminders you should not forget. Now here at eTrailer, we've heard of many different situations that can happen when you're at the campground, and nothing's worse than going on a camping trip, having anticipated all this fun that you're going to have and end up having a noisy and messy weekend from your neighbors or the people that were there before you. Hopefully after this video, it's able to remind you of how to be kind and courteous at your campsite. First up on our list is going to be pets. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to make sure you clean up after your pets. We've got some cool bags that come with the little doggy bags that you can clean up after them very easily. So if you're out on a walk or whatever you're doing, you can clean up after them. Another thing is just keep in mind that not everybody likes pets, whether it be cats or dogs or whatever you might have. So you need to be mindful of that when you're at your campsite. With that, you want to be sure to keep your pets on your campsite and obey the campsite rules. And that is most of the time going to be to keep the pets on a leash. Along with keeping your pets on your campsite, you want to be sure that you're staying on your campsite too. This is just simply out of respect for other campers that are trying to relax when they're on their camping trip. You can imagine if everybody at the campground went and visited that same person, it would be an entire day's worth of conversations when they're trying to relax. The next on our list is going to be cleaning up after yourself. You want to try to leave your campsite better than the way you found it when you got there. And that includes cleaning up your trash, but not throwing it in the fire pit. Nobody likes to show up to a fire pit that's covered in trash from the previous person. You also want to be mindful to throw your trash either in a container like we have here. We do have these available. It's a pop-up trash can. You could throw your trash in there and then zip up the top to keep the varmints out of it overnight. The reason why this is important is because if you're attracting critters out of the woods, then they're going to come out and go to other people's campsites too. So we want to try to prevent that if we can. Now when it comes to the dump station, you want to be sure to clean up after yourself if you make a mess, and to not take a long time because there's a lot of other people that still need to use that service. Another big issue is going to be lights. These are lights including your headlights on your vehicle. You want to be sure that if you're backing into a campsite and your vehicle's headlights are pointed at somebody else's camper, that you shut them off while you're getting situated. Another thing with vehicles' headlights, you want to be sure that if you're unlocking your vehicle, your headlights will most likely come on, but you want to be sure to shut them off as fast as you can. That can be annoying if you're trying to sit and enjoy the evening and someone's lights keep coming on. When it comes to flashlights, you can definitely use flashlights to be safe when you're going on night walks or if you're exploring, but just be sure not to shine them in any tents or campers. And finally, if you have any decorative lights outside your camper, if you notice that they're particularly bright, you want to be sure to shut them off before you go to bed. Remember, that light is going to primarily be shining in your neighbor's camper. It's for a few of these reasons of why we recommend getting automatic lights to mount to the outside of your camper. That way you have lights wherever you need it, but it's only when you need it. Now let's talk about speed limit. Campgrounds are going to have posted speed limit signs, and that's for a reason. There's families and pets that are roaming around the campground, and if you're driving any faster than that speed limit, it's going to be very dangerous for them to enjoy their weekend. Now, when we talk about this speed limit, that not only goes for the vehicles that are driving through the campground, it's also going to go for golf carts or ATVs or anything like that that the campground allows. You want to make sure everybody is following that speed limit. And the last thing we wanted to talk about is noise. Now, when it comes to the music you like to listen to, just keep in mind that not everybody may like listening to that genre, so keep it to more of a personal volume when you're at your campsite. Another thing is generators. We recommend getting an inverter generator and keeping it as far away from your neighbors as possible, even if that means getting it closer to yours. And lastly, we want to make sure that people are respecting quiet hours. This includes setting up, so if you know you're going to get to a campsite later than the quiet hours start, you either want to be very, very quiet when you're setting up, or wait to the next morning to come fully set up your campground. And you also want to try to keep your animals quiet after the quiet hours have started. All in all, when everyone decides to follow the campsite etiquette, everyone's gonna have a much better weekend. If you guys have any suggestions for what you like to follow at a campsite, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.